Hi guys, it's probably wrong that I'm doing this when I'm like completely irrational, but I haven't felt so much in such a long time, and it's probably because I'm PMS-ing too. But I haven't felt in a really long time, and I thought making a video while I'm feeling so much, like, I don't know, I guess I can remember what feeling is like, because I'm a very emotional person, and because of this I make myself really, really numb. But let's just talk about what happened. So I started off really fucking mad. I was really, really fucking mad. I was at work, and I work as a waitress, and sometimes, not a lot, I live in a really friendly country, but sometimes there are really shitty ass customers, and this couple came in, this dude and this girl, and they spoke perfect English, and they were obviously from Taiwan. And I'm a really friendly waitress. Like, take my word for it. I'm not gonna be rude to anybody unless something is really fucking pissing me off, or if they're, but I'm generally a pretty sweet person when I'm working, because that's what I'm supposed to do, and I don't understand. I love when I'm at a store and there's just great servers, So I try to mimic those great servers and try to do the same. And then they asked to move tables, and I was really nice to them, and then I don't really remember this, but the dude asked me, he's like, because his girlfriend really wanted Chardonnay white wine, and he asked me, is it cold? And he told me, like, what I remember is that I said, I'm pretty sure that it's cold. Like, I don't really know, but I'm pretty sure it's cold. I don't really understand how wine works. I don't know if it's supposed to be cold or warm or this temperature or whatever. I don't fucking know anything about wine. And then he moves tables and stuff, asked for the wine again, and there's a crazy ton of customers, and we can't juggle that many customers. We were a worker down, so everyone could see that we were constantly moving, and that we were constantly doing stuff, and constantly, we can't just, you gotta be patient with us. Like, we are workers too. He's like, oh, is the wine coming? I'm like, okay, yes, just 1 second. And I don't really know about the wines and some of the drinks, because I don't really work at night. I work in the morning. And so I asked my other worker, I'm gonna call her Trinity. So Trinity, and she went to the back room and got a bottle of whatever the fuck they wanted, and it wasn't cold, so she got like this bucket and put ice in it and stuck a bottle in it, and like we were just kind of I think she was just kind of improvising, just trying to like get rid of the issue. And then he comes over to us at our working station where we're making all the drinks, and I'm doing some cashier stuff, and he's like, well, if it's not going to be cold, then I don't want it. And then I was like, I look at it and I realize that it's not cold, and he's like, I don't want room temperature wine. And then he's like, I want to cancel it. And then Trinity is just kind of like, oh, but we already opened it. And then he's just like, no, but like, she told me, like, pointing at me, she told me that it was gonna be cold. And then I was like, okay, we'll cancel it. And Trinity was kind of like, should we cancel it? But I was just like, okay, we'll cancel it, like, my bad, So I canceled it, and he changes it to sangria. And then I'm like, okay, and he's like, that's gonna be cold, right? And I'm like, yes, it's gonna be cold. And he does that, and I change it for him. Obviously, I'm really pissed. Like, I'm just kind of like, wow, because I could have wasted our store a lot of money, but it wasn't actually open. But still, he leaves, and I'm kind of like telling my coworkers the situation. I'm not really. I remember just talking about like how I'm like, dude, I'm 17. I'm not even allowed to legally serve alcohol. I don't know how alcohol works. I don't know anything about wine. They all know that I hate wine. And I'm like, I don't know if it's supposed to be this. And he told me, he's like, it can't be 24 degrees Celsius and stuff like that. I'm just like, he's like acting like a wine expert, and I have no fucking clue, And then they leave, and the coworkers I work with, we're all really giggly. Like, we love each other. We enjoy each other's companies. My boss calls me, and she's like, oh, I want to talk to you, Anna. And so she calls me, and she's like, I want to hear the situation. And I tell her the situation, and she's just like asking me questions, and she's like, oh, because they left a bad review about you. And I was like, what? Like, I was really cool, and I was in front of my other coworkers, so I acted really cool about it. And I don't know, maybe I'm just overly sensitive, or I think I just feel too much, and probably because I'm PMS-ing too. But it kind of sucks when you try really hard to be a good worker and someone gives a bad review about you, and that's basically it. And I just came back from work, so I'm sorry I look really gross right now, you know. And I'm like talking to her, and I'm like, I explained to her the situation, and she's my boss, and she's saying like, it's none of you guys' fault. It's not your fault that you didn't know that there's actually wine in the fridge. You know, it's in the back, but that's why we couldn't see and stuff. And we didn't know that. And she told me to explain to the other workers what happened, stuff like that. And I'm kind of like, my workers backed me up. Like, they are amazing, and they were like, oh, we were, like, because they said in the review that we were laughing at them when they left the store, and that we were, like, giggling and smirking, and something about satire, I don't know, so that's what they said, that we were, like, making jokes about them, and we probably weren't. I remember saying that I don't know anything about fucking wine. Maybe that's when they, like, assumed that we were talking bad about them, and I just kind of, like, I didn't want to throw anyone under the bus, and I think, because obviously it wasn't Trinity's fault, and my boss knew that, and my boss was like, I'm not mad at you, I'm not mad at anyone, I'm just mad that this happened. And I'm like, okay, and she's like, I just hate, because she got a really bad review on her website, and I went to the website when I came home, and this is what it said. I'm just gonna skip the star. The star is just saying that, like, what happened about how they left and we were laughing at them, apparently, and stuff like that, and how the wine was given late, and that we served them the warm wine. When we didn't serve them the warm wine, they came up to us while we were getting it prepared. The dude was the one who was confronting me, but the girl was the one who left the review. And then she said about me. I don't know what. I'm sorry, I'm so emotional about this, but she's like, foreign staff only evaluated as an absolute sweetheart. Foreign bitch. You smiled on the surface, but behind a cheap foreign sister. Another outer. Oh, and then this woman starts talking about Trinity and calls her like plump and fat. And then how she was just being like a sucker for me. It's worth. And then she said it's worth mentioning that the meals also presented a human hair. Which is rich in protein intake, and then just said that, like, never to eat at this store again, and that sucks. I don't know why I took it so personally. Like, I know it looks like I'm just a drama queen, but I take things so emotionally. I feel a lot. I have a lot of emotions, and this kind of hurts me, because it's kind of like, and people are gonna see that, and they're gonna think I'm this, like, rotten ass bitch and stuff like that. And because I really try really hard at work, and it's my first job and everything, and it just, like, hurts to see that. And I, like, was really calm about it when I was at work, just because I didn't want to show people how hurt I was and how it went. And then I went home, and I lost my travel card, which had a lot of money in it, and I had no money on me, so I couldn't leave the train station. And moments like that, I kind of just cry, because it's like when I'm lost and I have to go somewhere, or I'm frustrated, I cry. I'm a big crier, and I sat down at the platform, and I took everything out of my bags, and I was actually carrying a cardboard box with me, like a big cardboard box that was flattened out, because I have to start packing to go to Australia. Basically, it looked like I was a hobo on the platform while I was pulling out all my things, trying to look for my card. It wasn't there, so I went downstairs, and they were like, it's okay, like, give me your number, give me your name, you can come back tomorrow and give us the money. And I was like, I'll come back tonight, like, my home's 5 minutes away, I'll come back tonight. He was like, no, it's late, like, go home, and, like, I'll lend you the money and then come back tomorrow. And I was just like, thank you. But in those moments, why I get so frustrated, because to me, everything fucking means something. If something shit happens to me, it means something. And it means something to me. It means that maybe some karma, or that I've done something wrong in the past, or that's something, maybe I'm not a good person and stuff like that. And those kind of moments, like, I kind of sit down and I think, why is this happening to me right now? And because when one bad thing happens, more bad things happen. It comes all together, and it kind of sucks. And a lot of people are going to be like, stop complaining, you're privileged, you have a job, you have food on the table, don't complain. But what I learned growing up is that I had a lot of problems, and I had a lot of friends who were very privileged, and they would cry about their problems that were so small, to me at least. But we're all from different worlds, we're all from different, we see things from different perspectives. Just because someone's sad about something so small to me doesn't mean that their pain is any less than mine, you know. And my boss really blocked out a lot of the mean shit that she said, like the review said, and she blocked a lot of it out, and I think she did for good reason, because, sorry, my camera just died. I mean, also talking about, like, how they found food in the hair and they gave it like a really bad review. I think they were just, I really don't think there was hair in their food. I think they were just kind of blaming it, like making the store look bad. And like the store that I work at has really, really good reviews. Everyone recommends it. It's a really good restaurant. Like customer service is great, okay? Food's great, and like I'm proud to be working at it because everyone who works there are honestly sweethearts. And I know I'm really sensitive about this situation. I'm overly sensitive, but it kind of feels like when you try really hard and someone's just like, oh, hey dude, it's not good enough. And I felt like, I don't know if I don't think it's racial, you know, but like I felt like they were kind of picking on me because I'm obviously foreign, and there's not a lot of foreign workers in Taiwan, at least working in service, you know. And a lot of the times I get a lot of the attention for being foreign. A lot of people want to take photos with me and stuff like that. That's just how Taiwan is. The foreign people is just like amazing to them. And it doesn't mean that I don't work hard, because I rely on that. And I feel like they were offended by me. I don't even know why they were so fucking mad at me. I don't know why they were mad at me. Like, what the, like, I'm retracing my steps and being like, hey, maybe I did something wrong. Maybe I moved in the wrong way. Maybe I sound fake or something, but it just fucking sucks, you know. It like sucks to hurt, like to feel so much, but at the same time, because I've been so numb, I feel like now I can be really productive with rewriting some poetry or doing some art right now. That would be really nice. I guess take everything positively. I'm not doing the Tumblr quote of the day because, you know what, I'm gonna do the Tumblr quote of the day. My Tumblr quote of the day is, do not mock a pain that you haven't endured. I don't know, it's just the first thing that really came up, so hope everyone's having a lovely day, and I'm sorry for being so emotional, but after saying this, I feel like I've let everything out. So thank you.